Soul Brother number one, coming back at you from the top of the chocolate Milky Way. This evening, we're going to be taking a look at Valaverse's Action Force Steel Brigade. I know the Steel Brigade, been out since like Wave 1, but I wanted to wait until I got these two over here, the Arctic Steel Brigade and the Desert Steel Brigade, before I did my review. So they finally came in, and with that, we're going to check them out. First, we're going to start with the OG Steel Brigade. Y'all remember, this is the box it came in. You know how they used to do way back in the day. This is Series 1, a thicker box. You got the artwork on the side, Action Force on this side, file card there on the back. You want to pause that, read it if you want to, but you should know what it say by now. The action points down there, cross sale in the form of pictures, and there was something else that came with this Steel Brigade, reminiscent of the OG Steel Brigade from G.I. Joe Real American Hero. It came with the little dossier that you could fill out if you wanted to yourself, like how back in the old days. But when you sent out when you mailed off for the Steel Brigade figure, you filled in the information, and that information would be the file card. So I thought that was pretty good. How it was reminiscent of the old 3.5 Real American Hero Steel Brigade. But I felt that was a neat little touch by Vala. And then, of course, came with the iron-on, the patch, Steel Brigade patch. I don't know if I didn't have the 3.5 Steel Brigade, so I don't know if that came with a patch or not. But this one comes with the Steel Brigade logo and patch. Okay, and first, what we're going to do is we're going to look at, we're going to use this Steel Brigade, because this one is the reissue that he did, the Special Deployment Series Steel Brigade. It came with that extra, the gold helmet, and the joints aren't as stiff. So, of course, you see he has a standard articulation. But first, you take a look at the weapon. Yep, and there goes that other Steel Brigade. Well, that was dusty. But here's the weapon. I think that's an AR with an over and under grenade launcher in it. Comes with what used to be the tried and true Valaverse sidearm, that Maxim with the integrated suppressor. This one has no paint apps on it, but pretty much all the first and second wave, third wave Action Force figures, they came with a sidearm. They was getting this Maxim. Comes with the knife, silver plain apps on the blade, black on the handle. Sheath goes right in the back. And like I say, this one came with this, it came with a regular head, which I put on Duster Tim Kennedy, because I didn't like none of his face sculpts. So he got a Steel Brigade helmet. That's why he's out here with the Steel Brigade, because he has the helmet on. Let's see if you want to stand up. He fell over. There we go. And I gave this one the gold helmet. I think the original gold helmet came with, if you supported the Kickstarter, I believe. I'm not sure. But I didn't get in on the Kickstarter. I was late. But as far as articulation goes, he has the standard Action Force 6-inch military articulation. Gets the T-pose. Goes up about that high. You got the bicep cut. Double jointed elbows. As you can see here, get the double joint going. The double jointed elbows there. The butterfly joint, it doesn't go in that much because it's hindered by his armor, his plate carrier here. But they have it, but you don't get it that much. It goes back about that far. And you have the hinge on the trigger hand. The trigger hands got the hinge, and the fists, they go in and out like that. You have the I believe that's what they call the individual first aid kit, the IFAK on his leg pouch. You got the drop down, thigh cut, the double jointed knees, the boot cut, ankle pivot, and he rocks about like that. You can see my hand's in the way, but he rocks about like that. And he also comes with 2 removable magazines, 2 extra magazines. They go in this pouch right here because the magazine can come out of this weapon, as we all know, like so. And so that was pretty much, this Steel Brigade was the same as the original release Steel Brigade. That's the original right there. Just that the joints were a lot less stiff, and he came with that extra helmet, that gold helmet to signify the leader. Now we're going to take a look at before that, and we have this Steel Brigade here. This was the first Big Bad Toy Store exclusive Night Ops Steel Brigade. Fan favorite, what I hear. Comes with all the exact same stuff, but the color scheme is just different. It's black and green, as you can see. And yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Had to get that one. Had to get it. And so I guess we'll start by opening up with my knife. You know, so you always keep your knife with you. We're gonna take a look at. Gonna open up this Desert Steel Brigade here. We can see that this was Series 4, where they switched to the card, the blister card. You got the Valaverse green on the side. Desert Steel Brigade Series 4, figure number 4. On the back, you have the cross sale in the form of pictures. And you have that file card. So you can pause and read that if you want, but it's pretty much going to say the same thing. And this is pretty much just the exact same figure, just in desert tan colors. So if you have the Steel Brigade and got like a Desert Storm mission, something like that, this is what he would be with. So we're gonna use our trusty knife. You remember, only the initiated. If you're not initiated, I wouldn't recommend it, because this blade is kind of sharp. So we'll get him out of his plastic prison. As with all Action Force figures, comes with the stand. And this is before the Series 5, but you still got the Desert Tan and got the 4 pegs Action Force in the right there, printed on the middle. And it's pretty much the same, it's just different color. Getting him out of his prison, as you can see. Comes with the hands, like all Valaverse figures come with the plethora of hands. You have the right and left cupping hands. The right and left item holding hands. And you have the right and left fists. As far as accessories, now his weapon, this didn't come. This is not the original Steel Brigade weapon as we saw. The original Steel Brigade weapon was that, I think that's an AR with the grenade launcher under. I don't know what this is called. I think some people might have referred to it as a SCAR. I think. I'm not sure. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But it also has a grenade launcher on this part. Magazine does come out and it has a sculpted bullet. I think. Yeah, so you can tell that that's the end it's supposed to go in. And that desert tan, and it got the black paint apps on it, and it's 2 shades. You got 2 shades of tan on there. Figure out. Is he? Oh, he's strapped in. Oh my. Well, that's why we have the knife. And here is the Desert Steel Brigade. Pretty much the same thing you get with the regular Steel Brigade, just a different color. And the plastic is, like I say, it's a lot less, lot less stiff than the original series. This was series 4, I believe. So you had the improvements on the plastic. You still has that. You can get the T-pose. Get it up that high. There you go. You get that T-pose there. Now we first did a head. You know, you get the 360 on the head, and then he can look up. That's a generous amount. He can look up that far. Look down that far. And this is before that extra neck joint, but that's still a generous amount of range on that. And he has the bicep cut. The double jointed elbows. He has the butterfly, and you're going to run into the same issue with this butterfly. You're not going to get too much range from this butterfly going in because of the armor, because of the vest. But going back, it goes back about that far. He has the removable magazines, like all the extra magazines, like all the Steel Brigades come with. Molded, well, no, molded bullet wasn't in there. Of course, the knife in the back. Black blade and gray on the handle this time instead of the gunmetal. Individual first aid, the IFAK on his left thigh, and you know you got to have the Maxim. And desert tan, and then there's a gray on that one. Has the thigh swivel. The double jointed knees. The boot swivel. Ankle pivot and rocker on these. So yeah, great vast improvement on the stiffness of the joints, because these are nowhere near as stiff. I didn't even, you saw me open this, I ain't even heat this up or nothing. This is straight out the package. So that was a great improvement on the I don't know if they switched plastics or what, but whatever they did, because that Series 1, you tried posing them Series 1 figures before you heated them up or gave them a bath, you was probably in for some breakage. Fortunately, that didn't happen to me, because I always gave my figures a warm water bath before I started doing anything with them. The first couple of series. So here we have this is the Desert Steel Brigade. He's going to go nicely with the my Desert Squad with that Desert Vanguard. And we're not going to review the Arctic Steel Brigade. We're just going to open him up, get him out, because like I say, he's a Steel Brigade, so it's pretty much the same stuff. Not pretty much, it is. The only thing different is going to be the color. Stand him so he won't fall down. The only thing different on this thing is going to be the color. His stand, of course, Arctic, so it's going to be white. Same thing. I'm not reviewing it. It's the same stand. This Steel Brigade comes with the same hands and everything, but as you can see, we're going to go ahead and clip that so we can get them on out of here. The only thing about this Steel Brigade that has changed is the color and his weapon. His weapon, they went back to the original weapon of the original Steel Brigade, that AR with that over-under grenade launcher. In the spearmint, white and green, a lot of folks was folks be tripping me out, man. I mean, folks, they when this first came out, folks was bagging on the color. I'm like, okay, it's spearmint and green. I'm like, yeah, all right, like that. Well, okay, you know what? Scratch that. Everybody different. They got their own opinion. Some people it bothered. It don't bother me. Okay, but it don't bother me. Scratch that. They can, people different. They got their own opinions. I'm gonna knock nobody for their opinion. If it bothers some people, it bothers some people. It just didn't bother me. And it was all right with me. But yeah, he's gonna go in with. Of course, I got some Arctic. But one thing, let me ask y'all this: YouTube land. These two figures. If this is an Arctic trooper, this is a desert trooper. Wouldn't his clothes be a little bit bulkier? You wouldn't be dressed the same for a desert op and an Arctic op. His clothes would be a little bit thicker, or his would be a little bit thinner. All I know is I'm not wearing the same clothes I'm wearing in the desert I'm wearing in Arctic. I don't know. They thought that one through. But still a nice looking figure though. Still a nice looking figure. And he's going to go with and mix in well with the Arctic troops. But there you have my review of the Action Force Steel Brigade Troop Builder, Valaverse Troop Builder, Action Force. The quick, I think what was the Steel Brigades? They were the Quick Reaction Force Squad. Is that what they were called? Let's see. Let me look on the back of the box. I think it says that's what the Steel Brigades were.